Hello, I'm George Akel from GOVERNHR. In one of my recent videos, I highlighted the risks associated with employees having a cozy relationship with third-party vendors and the potential there for fraud and the risks it posed to the organisation, both reputationally and financially. This week in Australia, a former employee of one of the largest banks in the country was convicted, 8 years jail, for what they called an invoice scam. Now, the allegation was that she had signed off and approved on inflated invoices or fake invoices in some cases. One of them was actually a recruitment-related invoice that was for a non-recruit, or at least a recruit that wasn't handled by the third-party vendor. Now, the allegation was that she would then receive kickbacks from the third-party vendor. Now, the bank in question has quickly come out to say that they're looking at improving their internal controls to prevent this from happening again. The fact is that it did occur, and if it occurred for a large organisation like this, how are you managing it from your perspective? HR has significant number of transactions going through. You have invoices for recruitment, you have invoices for screening, you have invoices for benefits, for compensation related items, for leasing cars, for housing, and for streams of other types of benefits. Now, managing those is quite difficult. What you need to have in place is clearly a level of authority, an authorization schedule that highlights who's authorized to approve what. And that needs to be backed up by an authorization matrix, one that can be monitored, reviewed, checked, and also amended as and when it's required. Now, these are very important matters because overpaid invoices, fraudulently paid invoices can be hidden in the P&L. You know, they can be insignificant one at a time, but on an accumulated value, they can be significant. So you miss them in the P&L sometimes. Other times they get posted directly to the balance sheet, to the general ledger, and those are not reconciled all the time. If you've got a poor reconciliation process, they can be buried there. It's absolutely important to have control over that. At GOVERNHR, we've implemented wide-ranging internal controls that manage invoice approvals for HR. We've audited them, we've reviewed them, we've conducted fraud investigations on invoice payments and general ledger reconciliation processes. So do take a look at our website. We are offering an obligation-free and financial-free HR health check where we can have a look at some of your processes and have a discussion about what we find. In this description above, we've got a link to that previous YouTube video, that highlighted the example of the fraud between the employee and the third-party vendor. And we've also attached a link to this story about this bank employee who has been charged and convicted in court this week. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Goodbye.